Okay, we're back with Dave here.
Back with Dave.
So I was kind of wondering, so maybe you've been, I guess I started the Van Dwelling channel watching about a year ago. Now, let's see, had you seen, like, I guess in the last few years, like, I guess, like, the amount of those channels.
You don't want your tea? Do you want these?
No, you can take them.
I love my chips.
I was saying, like, have you noticed, like, so the amount of channels, Van Dwelling channels, those have really gone up in the last few years? Have you noticed that, or is it, or you think they?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was one of those things, like, yeah, because it's one of those things, you know, and obviously it gets harder and harder for anybody to make money once you do that.
Yeah. I mean, in the old days before YouTube, you lived in your van.
Yeah.
You know, nobody knew about it. You were alone.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can become famous or infamous. You can make money. It's a whole different world for somebody. You know, I think that's the thing. I think the big thing with YouTube is eliminating the loneliness factor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're not alone. You can live alone. You can be in your van and you can be driving around like Camper Van Carolyn or Carolyn's RV Life or Nomadic Fanatic, and you can be alone, and yet you can enjoy people's company through YouTube and have a lot of people watching you that care about you. Oh, here he comes.
Oh, that's good. Is it the guy? No, I don't think so.
Don't think so.
Okay. Dave thought he might have seen another YouTuber in here, but we don't think so.
I think he just dresses like that other YouTuber.
Well, there's this one guy, like, have you ever, I don't think you've mentioned this guy. There's this one guy I watch, it's called Inspirational Nomad. Have you heard of that guy?
I might have heard of him, but I've never watched him.
He's kind of interesting. He's, I mean, he does a lot of this kind of like where he tries to give people like this self-help kind of like motivational stuff. I mean, some of it maybe is, you know, I mean, I'm not saying I agree with a lot of it, but he's kind of fun to listen to. Just how, you know, I've never seen a guy casually like throw out like the F-bomb so easily just like in his conversation, but I think one thing he said, he says, I like to keep my life simple. I don't really like to have a lot of like real relationships. I'd rather have like these virtual relationships. And he says that where I just kind of like, you know, I don't have to put anything into it. I just kind of like, you know, I see you on YouTube, we do this thing, and then it's like, you know.
Yeah, I think you got to be careful. You really do. If you're trying to monetize your channel, you got to be really careful about your language and the F-bomb.
Yeah. He does that.
That can get you demonetized real quick.
Yeah. It's funny but the way he does it, but yeah, it would get it like if anybody complains about it, right? You just
And you can, when you upload a video, you can select. There's a little thing you can select adult content.
Oh, okay.
You can do that.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that's what it is. You got to do that. But if you just put it on like regular, I've never actually messed with that button. But if you just put it on regular,
yeah, you can do adult content, but that'll probably demonetize you.
Yeah, probably instantly. Yeah. Well, where do you see now that like maybe like the type of channels that maybe people will be able to, because it seems like people have kind of almost tapped the van dwelling genre out. What do you see as far as like where people might be able to make money in the future now? Like,
I don't know. I think a lot of YouTube is going towards the live streaming stuff. I don't know. You know, it just seems like more and more people are doing it. I think we're already seeing people getting tired of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, how much of that can you do? I think it's boring.
Yeah.
Burger Planet, I mean, good Lord, 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
You tune in, you tune out, whatever.
Yeah, it's like you better really like the person that you're.
You really do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think maybe you have to kind of build up a certain amount where you like the person.
And then how do you keep the drama going?
Yeah, right. You have to because you almost have to, before you're willing to sit through most live streams, you have to kind of like the person to begin with. But then if all they do, you know, but then after a while, yeah, they don't. I mean,
most people's daily lives would be boring. You know, you sit in front of the computer for a couple hours. You know, it's like who wants to watch that?
Yeah. Now I'm walking my dog. Now I'm going to the bed.
I know.
Well, let's see. What was like?
Now, Burger Planet, he lives in his van, right?
Yeah. Oh, does he? Yeah, I guess he does. Okay, yeah. I've never actually really watched him much. I just mostly hear about him from you. But yeah, that's.
I mean, you could do that. You could be a real life vlogger. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, like I was saying, I'm not too worried about trying to make money off it. But it's like, yeah, I'm trying to. But do you remember like what was like the first like van dwelling channel you started with that you saw?
Probably Nomadic Fanatic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I. The guy over there looks like Eli, the computer guy. He always wears orange.
Oh, so now you're thinking it really is him?
I don't know. I've never seen him. I don't think so. But he does have projects where he does like tech stuff for people.
You might as well ask. I mean, you're not Eli, are
I'm
you?
not going to ask him.
Oh, me too?
No.
Okay.
Are you Eli, the computer guy?
Or just say, are you Eli? Or just say Eli. Eli. No, okay, he didn't look. Okay. Especially with a unique name like Eli, it's not like you hear John everywhere you go, but you don't hear Eli. It's like, you know. So I guess do you have any plans for what you want to do to make the YouTube videos a little different in the future? Or are you just kind of doing this, what you're doing probably?
I don't really know. I'm just going to see where it goes.
Now, one question I just thought of. Now, some people have said, about the thing you put zero effort into your.
Oh yeah,
thing.
BlindViews. Yeah.
I mean, would you say though that's maybe like you said you make it?
I'll tell you. I mean, I spend a lot of time watching YouTube. I don't know. Do I watch every video all the way through? No.
Yeah.
My Dachshund Craig says, don't tell people that. It's like a movie critic. Only watch half the movie. I don't think it's the same thing. YouTube videos are not like movies.
Yeah, how are you gonna watch the whole thing?
Yeah. I mean, somebody does a 30-minute video, sitting there eating, going shopping, going in the dollar store. I don't have to watch 30 minutes of it. But I do spend a good chunk of my day watching these videos and talking to other people about them, and I spend a whole hour putting my silly little show together.
Yeah.
And then another half hour uploading it and coding it properly, and then a couple hours. I spend at least an hour or two talking on the phone with my Dachshundator, and then I spend at least a couple hours a day watching videos. I don't watch any regular television in the evening. I'm always on the computer watching YouTubers in the evening. So, I mean, to say I don't do it, I do quite a lot.
Yeah, right. Like we say, you're going for like the rough, unedited thing, but that doesn't mean there's no effort. There's a lot of effort, behind the scenes that you don't see. It's not just you don't just like wake up. Okay, what am I going to just talk about? Just kind of like you've been thinking about these things like the day before. It's like.
I mean, I do not spend 6 hours. I know video editing is a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard a lot of stories about it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend all that time editing video.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's like I'd rather spend my time doing the content part.
Yeah, that's more.
I don't care whether there's music beds and graphics, and some people like that. They have fun with that. It's not me. It never was. I do a website. My website is very basic. It's text. There's some ads. It's simple. It's to the point. You can get all the information. I don't care whether it's got funny graphics, and I just don't care.
Yeah, and that's is that where most of your time still goes? Is like the website? Not anymore.
I'm surprised. The website I spend maybe half an hour on it every day.
Oh, really? Okay. But you've done a lot of
I wish there was a time when the problem is the websites aren't as big as they used to be. Everybody's on Facebook now. Everybody's on Twitter. Everybody's on YouTube. Everyone's on and I have a Facebook page. I probably get more people looking at my media stuff on Facebook. I can't make any money on Facebook.
Yeah.
The website I can sell ads. That's what I do. But there may be 2 or 3 stories a day that I type up for the website. Probably not even on the weekends.
Yeah.
But I don't spend that much time. And I spend a lot more time doing YouTube, and I like it. I like the YouTube side better right now.
Yeah. Were you at one point on your website you're really spending a lot of time calling, trying to follow up leads, find out about different things going on with the different.
Yeah.
That was a big part of what you're doing. Yeah.
And I sometimes feel bad about it because something big news will happen someday, and I won't get it till I'll be getting ready for bed, and someone sent me an email at 7 in the morning saying, "Oh, a big story happened in the media world," and I go, "Damn it! I was so busy doing YouTube, I didn't even see it."
Yeah, because I looked up a little bit about you, and I guess there were some people that of course, doing your journalism stuff, you made a few people maybe mad occasionally, right? Who didn't breaking a certain story or something like that, right?
Oh, I had a huge feud with this radio personality. There was a guy on the radio called Don Geronimo. He was one of those shock jocks. There was a radio station here in DC that used to run Howard Stern in the morning, and then they had Don and Mike in the afternoons. And Don and Mike, they were the same kind of talent. They would yell and scream and put callers on and make jokes, and it was for guys. It was like guy talk. It wasn't political, but they talk about sex, they talk about relationships, they make fun of people, jokes about everything. And people were commenting on this guy in my comment section, and then he got mad because a lot of people were critical of him, and then he blamed me. He said, Dave's site, look at what they're saying about me on Dave's site.
Yeah.
And then it would be like what I was saying, and I'd be like, oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. And the other thing he did, and I see this in YouTubers too, is they put their family's members on their show.
Yeah.
He had his wife on his show, he had his son on his show, he had his brother on his show, and they would all criticize them. They would say his wife's an idiot or his son's funny looking. And he'd get furious. How dare you criticize me, but don't criticize my family? Well, I'm saying, but you put them on the show. And you see the same thing with YouTubers. They put their kids on the show. They put their wives on the show.
Yeah.
And then people talk about them. They talk about their relationships. The whole thing with Nomadic Fanatic, he hits one show, there's a special van, and there's a girl there, and then the next episode we get to see a little of her, and the next episode they're holding hands at the restaurant, and all of a sudden, now who is this woman? Oh, she has a YouTube channel, and then it's boom, 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 and we're all talking about her. Well, you put her in your video.
Yeah, I was like, well, then of course there's that thing, with the carpetbagger, that whole thing about that Dan Bell going on Alfie about that,
Oh yeah.
That was like,
I mean, somebody wrote something about his daughter in a post, and it was very tasteless. And someone emailed me and said, or something that said, "Hey, did you see with that post?" And I went and I looked, and I said, "That's horrible," and I deleted it.
Yeah.
And I blocked the person who wrote it.
Yeah.
And maybe the post was up there for an hour or two. I wasn't. I was out and about doing something. And then for some reason, the people were saying Dave wrote the post, and Dan Bell was doing these Twitter feed things saying, Dave, did you see Dave's post about this and what he said? And it was not true. I didn't say it. It got deleted. But yes, it was up there for a short amount of time.
Well, I saw actually, even recently, I was searching about that post where he goes off on you is still there, and it has like a screenshot of your YouTube, so it actually still has that original comment about his daughter's fat and ugly or something, or something. It's like,
And the other thing about Jacob the Carpetbagger, and I like the guy, I really like him, but he talks about being sensitive about his weight. Okay, but he keeps talking about his weight. He's always talking about it. He does, one of the shtick things he did with Adam was they kept, everywhere they went and got big piles of food, and he's sitting there munching down food. And there was that one place in Texas, was it, where he had the 5-ounce steak, right? It was the huge, what was it? The 5-pound steak, right?
Oh, yeah.
The 5-pound steak. And it's like, and he's like, and then he gets angry when people talk about him being his weight or whatever. It's like, well, you're feeding the trolls.
Yeah, that's
there is a good way to build your YouTube channel, and that is controversy.
Yeah.
And in a way, I almost think BlindViews was trying to do that with me. And I just wasn't going to buy in. I just wasn't going to buy into that. I could have responded to him, and then he would get back at me, and we'd have this big thing going for weeks and weeks. And it just wasn't worth it. It just isn't worth it.
Yeah.
But he probably would have grown his channel by, and I don't know. It's just, you get to a point where I'm done with that. I don't hate, I do not have a personality where I hold grudges or get angry at people. I really don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people don't realize that sometimes, like, you kind of say stuff in fun, and maybe sometimes people think, like...
Oh, yeah. I have a very weird sense of humor.
Yeah.
I do. And I say things, and I don't mean them maliciously. The whole thing about BlindViews getting angry, the fact that I was doing the pre-show to his little thing, Thursday, Thursdays, I did a pre-show. I came out at 6 o'clock and did a little lead-up. And I thought it was funny, and I thought I was being complimentary to him. I'm the opening act. He's the main act. I thought that was kind of. I was saying to him, I'm the opening. I'm just the guy doing the opening thing. You're the star.
Yeah, but
and how he got angry at that. I'd say
people
totally took it the wrong. Whoops.
People,
he totally took it the wrong way.
Yeah, people take it all as fans.
It wasn't meant that way at all.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because some of the guys they might just say this is just YouTube. Hey, this is nothing. But they really do take it. Some people really take it seriously.
I know.
People really. There was this one guy who used to be it was on I'm sure you've heard of the station KMLX. It's St. Louis.
11:20 a.m.
Yeah, because that's what I used to listen to a lot before the internet. I always be up late listening. There was a guy named Jim White, and that was one of his expressions. Say this guy just don't take yourself too seriously because I don't, or something. You'd say this guy just takes himself too seriously.
Yeah, I know.
It's but I guess
don't know. I think
we all do.
The thing is, the one thing that at least I learned from my 20 years of doing my website is I learned how to build up kind of a thick skin and not worry about it.
Yeah.
And the thing that they tell you is when people are talking about you is what's important, not whether it's good or bad, it's whether they're talking about you.
Yeah.
And that's what Howard Stern knew. It doesn't matter whether they like you or they dislike you as long as they're talking about you.
Yeah, they're watching. Yeah, they're watching.
They're watching you.
Yeah.
And the same thing true with YouTubers. You don't have to like them. There are a lot of YouTubers I don't particularly like. I think they're obnoxious people, but I enjoy watching their channels. I'm not going to mention any names, but
yeah. Yeah, you got to know once, and there's always trolls. I guess I haven't had enough views on my channel yet to have an official troll yet, but no matter what it is, if you get to where you get enough views, you're always gonna have some guy who just hates you, just for the fun of it.
Trolls and parody channel, that's good.
Yeah.
If you're getting that means you're reaching people and they're watching you.
Yeah.
Now, it can be unpleasant. It can be very unpleasant to see somebody making fun of you, of your beard, your weight, your way you talk, the way you act. That can be really, the first couple times you see that, you're going, ah!
Yeah, it must be kind of hard, because I was just trying to imagine, what it's being a celebrity, the people the real Hollywood, millions of people see, it's where, you're always going to have lots of, it's I don't know if some of those people maybe just choose not to even read any of that, or just but there's always going to be
I remember the first time Nomadic Fanatic. Remember, Nomadic Fanatic stickers. That was the one reason why I liked watching Nomadic Fanatic, because there was this guy over in England making funny parodies that were better than his channel.
Yeah.
You watch Nomadic Fanatic, it was okay, but when you watch stickers, it was look what he did. He took that and just made it hilarious. And there was one day when I turned it on my YouTube, and Nomadic Fanatic stickers had done a parody on me. And it really blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, that's me. And he made fun of my camo pants and my beard. And I was shocked. And for a minute there, I was like, and nowadays, I see that and I don't care.
Yeah.
Angry old grandpa, whoever. All these other people, the vlogger puppets were originally doing me a lot. They don't do that anymore. But I enjoy it. It's funny. It doesn't bother me at all. I like it all, even if it's nasty.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I was kind of wondering. So you're always mentioning the bottom of YouTube. Now, where did that expression come from?
I don't know.
Was that,
There are people like Vlogger Puppets Guide, Wacky John, that they say the bottom of YouTube goes way back to the 2009, 2010. There's always been there in one form or another. I guess it didn't get big until Nomadic Fanatic stickers. When I started my channel 2 years ago, it all kind of became okay, this is a thing. Yeah.
So it's not just, and it's probably not just people who maybe you got to have at least, maybe a little bit, maybe at least a couple thousand subs, have a little bit of a following to kind of be considered bottom, that kind of genre. But not someone who has millions of viewers or something like that.
You have people that were at the bottom of YouTube that have kind of grown their channels, like Carpetbagger and Adam, but they still kind of are part of it. People say once you get over a certain amount of subscribers, you become you're not part of it anymore. But I think I don't think you could. It's more of a way you see things, and it's more than just you need having a certain amount of subs doesn't necessarily take you away from that.
Yeah, let me just stop this for a second, please.